Hey, we're officially live. Everyone can see us and hear us now. Everybody say hi. Let's check the mics.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, hi.
Howdy.
Hello.
Everybody in chat, let us know if anybody's muted or frozen. We'll try to get that fixed right away. Sometimes glitches happen. Um, from here, it looks like we're good to go. So before I get into a little recap and explain, what this team is and what we're doing here, let's first go around the table like we always do. Everyone introduce yourself, tell people where they can find you online, and then introduce your character, and then we'll dive into some Cyberpunk Red and all that good stuff. This time, April, why don't you start it off?
Hello everyone, my name is April Hill. You can find me at stiletto_assassin on Instagram and stiletto DM on Twitter. I am playing Kish Sticks, who is a media. She's very in the know and wants to be seen and at all the fun stuff. But yeah, somehow she ended up having to do some.
Get that. Could you try again?
And
Ooh.
apparently, like, my cybernetics are already talking to me. So yeah. I'm learning
Oh,
coming in August, but we'll talk about that later. So
repeat that last part. I think it might have glitched out for a second.
yeah, coming in August, I'll be running another Fallout mini series around the new starter set that just came out from Modifius. So I'll talk more about that some other time. Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. Alex.
Hey, I'm Alex Maxwell. I am bringing you the team's solo Scarecrow. You can find me wherever games are played under the moniker Stonewolf92. You can find me occasionally on Wednesdays over at Wicked Studios LLC and our Twitch. We usually do things in the more fantastical, Dungeons and Dragons side of things. But yeah, I'm the week off threw me for a loop. I'm so happy to be back and see us, getting into trouble again.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Well, hopefully not too much trouble, unless you've already rolled up some new characters. In which case, let's go for it. Fuck it. Um, Raven.
Everyone, I'm Raven. Tonight, you can find me all over the internet at Doña Trece Cuervo. Tonight I will be playing Jax, or Belladonna Jax, the Ripper. I'm working on my High Riders campaign and should be getting ready towards the end of the month or the beginning of August to unveil my new team. You can catch me here every Friday for Fallout Asia. Thank you.
Oh yeah, yeah. And if anyone hasn't noticed already, I was able to update the overlay a bit there, so you can see Belladonna slash Jax. Any new viewers, check out the previous VODs so you know what all that means. I think that character might have a couple personalities going on. We'll have to see how that plays out. Nick.
Hello there.
Oh, and sometimes Nicholas when he's in trouble, but Nick.
That is true. Hello there. Yes, my name is Nicholas King, and you can find me online at the King Square on a number of different places between TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. On our Discord server, I am RobGrad98. And for tonight, I will be playing Hank C, the Rocker Boy, hoping that we can fuck some shit up.
Sounds right. Will.
Hi, my name is Will. You can find me. You can reach out to me on the Cyberpunk on the Cyberpunk Nation Discord at Rook, and I'm also on Twitter at Billy Huddles. And looking forward to working on a Twitch channel myself in the works. And tonight I'll be playing a netrunner named Nostix. And yeah.
Nice, well done. And I see Alex in chat saying that I haven't updated the overlay to say Scareberry yet. Don't worry, it's a work in progress.
Hey, let me know when it happens. I will invest in getting the leather policeman hat and harness and everything.
There you go. Yeah, and hey, I'm Rob Mulligan. I'm the game master here, but I'm also the founder of Cybernation Uncensored. Check out Cybernation Uncensored here on Twitch, also on YouTube. Anywhere you see us on social media, I would love it if you join. But start here on Twitch and also on YouTube. Subscribe and follow. I kick out lots of live gameplay, tutorials, different series, GM tips, just all kinds of content. It's not just me, other GMs as well. So we just have lots of stuff you can check out. Also, check out cybernationuncensored.com. Lots of free assets to help your gameplay. Some new updates coming very soon with some merchandise now that all the Kickstarter things have been shipped out. So we'll be posting our cyberpunk-themed dice sets, our magnetized miniatures with extra parts, our dice towers and gun clip cases and some other stuff we're working on. So yeah, check out cybernationuncensored.com. The last thing I want to mention is I will be at Gen Con myself. Oh, look at that. Awesome. I see yours has already arrived.
Ooh.
That's very cool. Yeah, and you can see it folds down. You can change out the front panel with different catchphrases and stuff. It's really cool. But yeah.
Sorry, just had to do that.
Oh, I love it. No, I'm glad that it already arrived. I know some people have been getting it. Some people are still waiting. We ship out of Italy. That's where my partner is, Marco. Shout out to Marco. So different people are getting them at different times. So, but everything should be completed in the next week or so, and then our merch store will launch for the public. But yeah, we're going to be at Gen Con. Myself, my beautiful wife. Stop by the Sirenscape booth. Sirenscape is an official sponsor here at Cybernation Uncensored. I also run their gameplay every Thursday on the Sirenscape channel for some Cyberpunk Red. But me and Big Val will be at the Sirenscape booth running it pretty much the whole time at Gen Con, other than getting out to hopefully film a few things for a documentary I'm helping produce and direct. But yeah, stop by the Sirenscape booth. It's booth number 1740. We're like right across the walkway of our Tausorian Games. So if you check out our Tausorian Games, like just turn your head a little. You'll see me and Val. Come and say hi. Yeah, I also want to give a shout out to all my supporters on Patreon. I seriously appreciate all of you constantly pouring fuel on my fire. It means so much. And Rufio joined back up. I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, shout out to Kevin Moreno, Joseph Holder, Naomi Madlass, William Huddleston, Jamie Minch, John Erfurt, Leaded Coffee, Michael Edmonds, a.k.a. Kira, Chris Anderson, Matt James, GM Reservoir Panda, Rothan, a.k.a. Renegade 420, Revolver Gray, Samurai Max, Steve Barr of Sirenscape, Zeno, Zach, who's also GM Capricious Nature, runs gameplay with us every week. Cyber Smiley runs the Tales of Forlorn Dopes with Data Fortress 2020. Some OGs of the cyberpunk scene. If you haven't been checking that out, you should. Raven, who's right here with us too. Andy Stretton, Copious Salt, Derek Lawrence, Daniel Terry, Alex Maxwell, Nicholas King, Tracy Goodwin, a.k.a. Stink Palm, who I mentioned earlier. We're working on some supplement stuff, some adventure stuff he's helping write out. I also see him there in chat with Rufio. What's up, dudes? So yeah, let's get into our Cyberpunk Red gameplay. This is Team Nevermore. We do this every Saturday right here, new time, 5 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you take note of that. Our team is basically owned by Raven Microcybernetics. If you're not familiar with Cyberpunk Red and the life path, you can sell yourself to a crime family corporation or such, or military, to get some extra money. You get cybernetics and things that you might need. That's what the team has done, and now they're pretty much at the mercy of the corporation. They have to do little jobs and gigs for Raven Microcyb. Their boss is Mr. Cromwell, and yeah, the first gig is basically they have to go and jack the competition's perpetual power nanochip. Rockland Augmentics is having a 2-week release party. They've got the microchip on display at Club Euphoria. The team has been told, go steal that shit. It's going to be there for 2 weeks. Make it look like Savage Docs did it. So that's what the team has been working on. They've done a bunch of things up till now. I recommend everyone check out the previous VODs on our YouTube. But yeah, the main key points here are the chip is kept on ice. The theme of the club is ice and 0 Celsius because this chip runs hot until it's in the chassis made by Biotechnica Rockland Augmentics partnership with Kish was able to get some info from, get it to Hank's tech guy who's making a coolant guitar case. They've been able to try to get Hank on the club roster to maybe perform Friday, even though it conflicts with the event planner's calendar. A little tiff between him and the Chromie Scavers, a pretty much punk rock hardcore band. But that's kind of where we're at. Other than that, they learned that they've been implanted with something. Something's in them from Raven, because a couple times they've tried to kind of flex on their boss, and all of a sudden, boom, they were knocked unconscious, surrounded by goons and their boss. It just seems like, yeah, they do kind of have control over the team. When they give money and they buy into a team, obviously they have a little bit of insurance into it, and that's the case here, it seems like. Any key points that I missed that I should bring up? Other than the fact that no one has mentioned that it finally came to light why the name of this campaign is don't chill out, it's just a chip. That kind of makes sense once you finally got in the club and it's has to be kept under a certain temperature. Anyways, all right, let's move on. I'm done with the dad jokes. Let's get into it. I'm gonna bring up some Sirenscape sounds, some city sounds. I think the team was in Raven's shop, right? They just got back from Kish getting the imagery. Hank sent it off to the tech. The tech said, thanks, this will help a ton. Now it's guaranteed the case will work. They'll have it Friday. I'll let you role play it from there as you kind of wrap up your night.
So anybody fancy a bevy?
I don't speak Baltic. What is that?
Baltic?
Can't you tell he's Scottish?
I'm not I'm not fucking... Fuck the Scots, mate.
Scotland.
Looking dead at freaking Scarecrow. He means a drink.
Sure.
I mean, we don't have a lot of credits. Sorry, we don't have a lot of eddies to work with here. Like, we haven't gotten paid for this gig, and I've still got to pay Numbers the 500 eddies for the case that we're getting. So we're kind of broke at the moment. At least I am.
Check the top cabinet in my reading room. I'm sure there's more dirty glasses and a couple of, at least another bottle of whiskey.
And here I was looking forward to seeing how many people are dueling banjo kleptos could force others to pay for our drinks. But
Are you trying to get them shot?
well, obviously not, because the moment someone skins a smoke wagon, that's when I come in. But no, I understand.
Skins a smoke wagon?
I'm glad somebody said it.
No,
It's
one
a
of
smoke
these.
wagon? Oh.
That's a smoke wagon, or that's skinning?
That's when you draw out of the holster. It's an old Western film thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one, Gnostics. I Never mind.
You realize there were cooler movies to be watching.
Well, I was brought up on samurai films and cowboy films because they are ultimately
Samurai films, like Kurosawa.
Yes, because if you think about it, they're the
oldest,
exact
like-
same thing.
The 2D, like the real flat screen ones.
We talked about Kurosawa films before.
Talking about freaking
Yeah,
topics.
because
Not like 5-10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm like, if you have any experience in the net, you get your brain burned in. Sometimes there get holes in there, and sometimes there's other memories.
you had to explain to me who Kurosawa was, because I didn't know.
Kish looks extremely lost.
Drinks and movie night. We'll watch some old grainy, classic, pre-Corpo War films,
Yes.
and
Yes.
get completely shitty off of whatever bath hooch we have around.
Why?
Well, because high shelf liquor costs more.
Okay,
Shit.
no alcohol for you.
Oh, all right. So this shit. All right. So
So,
I just want to
speaking
put
of
this to rest. So we're getting in the show, with you playing there. You us as your crew, as you fucking loading up your instruments, and then we spread out. I get into the system. Let's say we can get into her office, right? But I know she's been in that system because she was wearing fucking goggles just the same. So she might be there, right, to meet me. So I'm gonna have to act fast. So how many songs you plan on playing, right?
well, that's the question of whether or not I'm going to get a chance to play, because as far as Chromie Scaver's manager said, they've been booked already through an event planner. So even though I'm on the calendar for the club, they were booked there. So I can show up, but whether or not I'm going to get a chance to play is going to be an entirely different matter altogether.
Then what if it was like you snuck in there, all punk rock style, right, to like demo a new song you just wrote, and you quickly jam that out. Fucking the fans love it up. Fucking agents would be trying to get over your dick. I'm sorry. Agents would be trying to get over you and get you signed over.
Keep it.
No, please keep going. I like it when you get awkward.
So, just listen, mate. Just rush out on stage, play a single, and that should give us enough time, right?
So here's the thing.
You get in and get out fast. I imagine you're a fast man anyway.
No, I like to take my time.
Okay.
Here's the thing. If we do this on Friday, there's going to be a shit ton of witnesses. Which means if we're going to make it look like Savage Docs did this, yeah, you doctoring the footage is going to be one thing. We're still going to have a shit ton of eyewitnesses who are going to be able to identify us as the culprits.
I hear crickets. That got weird. I wish I had crickets ready in Sirenscape, damn it.
So,
It's a bad moment when the rocker boy makes the most sense.
Well,
do we steal some outfits from the Tiger Claws?
We didn't steal anything from them except for the...
No, I'm saying should we?
I think we should, but at that point, then the question becomes, who's going to go to the case and get the chip? Numbers is making a guitar case, so that's going to be obvious. The manager's there.
Scarecrow, you're really I feel like the best person here to like smash a glass case and nab something.
like one. Well, it's also.
If it were in somebody's pocket, it'd probably be well, never mind.
Between you two, yes. But if it comes down to smashing a case and doing a literal smash and grab, and doubly so if we have Hank on stage, potentially part of the distraction being a scuffle with this other band, I would like to be there as backup to just ensure that, well, anyone but Hank's brains decorate the wall, should it come to that.
How about a pyrotechnic show along with lights to accompany you smashing the glass?
I also have a flashbang or two.
About movies earlier, and like the really weird, boring ones. Okay, so there was this one movie one time, and I remember it. It's super old, and it's like about people that are trying to do what we're doing. And then, the people that we're trying to frame for stealing, we're trying to frame and say that they stole it. Why don't we just actually drop hints that they should try to steal it, and then when they steal it, we steal it from them.
So you're saying there was a movie about people stealing something?
Yeah, and then they were working with these people, and then the other people stole the thing, but then they stole it out from under them, and it was really cool.
Not Gnostics, for as short as you are, you do cast a lot of shade.
I'm sorry, I'm being snobbish. I'm sorry. That was fucked.
Maybe we talk, maybe we send out some signals to Savage Docs to be oh my gosh, this chip goes for a lot. Oh my gosh, their security is totally bupkis. And you should totally maybe we want to try to go get it. And then we just take it from them after they steal it.
Damn. Well,
it does make some kind of sense.
That actually is a really good plan. That's actually we spread rumors, entice them to try to that's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant.
Is it?
Are
you
Ish.
No,
on yourself, that was brilliant.
Really?
I have bullshit humor. I don't joke well. I absolutely mean it. that is a solid plan. I think if we were to pad that, if we were to get at least one or two Tiger Claw gang colors, I can at least dress up in one. You know, with the half Japanese heritage, I can blend in, at least at a glance.
Now,
So if they do snatch it, if depending on how many hits we want to drop, that X time during X window is a great chance for them to go and snatch it. I can slither in with them and make their escape a little more complicated. The rest of us sweep in,
And
mop
no
everything
one-
up, and we get out.
Let's go looking. Let's go fishing for some tiger claws then.
I love
See if
fishing.
we can hook some.
Okay, I'm in.
so we're all gonna have matching jackets. That's really gonna be cute.
Well-
Wait until you see the jacket. It's anything but.
So
Forget
the-
what are colors again?
My heart breaks for Kish. It is all glowing neon foil tiger stripes, and it's teal and orange and red. It's
well,
something.
my thinking here is Kish, you've shown an aversion to violence. You're not fond of it.
Yeah, because like I wouldn't. I mean,
Because she's not a psychopath, mate.
I would rather not die. That would be favorable. I'm not like a friend. Like I'm not. He's not my friend. This box is
Belladonna-
expensive. I do not
Belladonna-
have the now to fix it.
Belladonna, how
Yes.
do you feel about violence?
You can't make a cake without breaking a few eggs.
Okay. So I've got no problems with dropping bodies if we need to get to do that. I would like to try and keep it to a minimum if possible. The manager is a problem. Like Gnostic said, she's a net runner, which means anything
drop her.
anything Gnostics does in the system, she could potentially undo or figure out.
If she becomes a problem, then we just drop her.
Gnostics, would you have a problem with dropping her?
We get the other.
Oh, I wouldn't take pleasure in it, but I mean, we do what we have to do to survive, son.
All right, so let's see if we can. I like Kish's idea. If we can get the Tiger Claws to actually try and pull off this heist, that makes things a hell of a lot easier for us, particularly if they get wounded in the process, because that makes it easy pickings for us to get it from them. But if they don't, then we got to fall back on us doing the job.
So we get them to actually steal it, and then we steal it after that they leave the club. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much.
Like that's ideal, but if like something goes wrong while they're in the middle of stealing it, and then all of the security and everybody's eyes are on them, and we just go right underneath everybody's noses and use that as a distraction, and we take it for ourselves. And then people will just think, oh crap, we didn't get all of their people. They must have escaped, and it was all them. And like nobody thought it was actually us.
Just use them for cover then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not affiliated. I mean, I know we all like work. But we're not like a gang. Like people don't know us to be like a group, so nobody will like suspect, right?
All right.
Yeah.
So we drop some hints to the Tiger Claws, see if we can get them on board. Worst case scenario, we kill a couple, get their clothes. We're gonna need wheels to get out of the club after we do the snatch. Anybody know how to drive?
Nominally. I'm no Alpha Caldo, but I can work a wheel.
I actually can. Yeah, I minimal driving skills, but I'm not gonna spin out, mate. Meaning, actually, I do have the minimum of my reflex of 8 plus 1 in driving to make it 9, and so the 9. So with 9 as my base, I don't have to make the roll every single time. Minimal driving skills.
But we need a vehicle, we need clothes, and we need to see if we can get the Tiger Claws on board, or at least get them interested enough.
If only there was someone who was really good at talking to people. Or someone who was really good at making fans.
Oh, are we talking about me, or are we talking about Kish?
No, you jackass.
Porque no los dos, as they say. But it comes down to, I know that there was the one who was quite fond of Kish when she was making her rounds outside of Savage.
Oh, you did mean her.
It's either her, or we bank on someone really liking Hank's kind of music, which is very possible. But we know one already has an eye for Kish as a media.
Well, all we have to do is find one. It shouldn't be that hard to find one in that whole gang. Especially if you go if he just goes busking out there in the street, around among their territory, somebody's gonna, one of their gang members are probably gonna turn an ear to him, right? That's when he just has to start talking to them oh, if you want to hear more, I'm gonna be playing at the Headbangers Bowl. Oh yeah, they have that shit. It's supposed to be worth it a lot. Who's your boss along here? Oh, you'd really impress him if you got that. Planted. Seed planted.
I told you I have good ideas. Thank you for, I'm kidding.
I reminded you. Sure.
Yeah. No, but that's... Hank, how are you feeling for some theater in the green?
I just need to run by my place and get my guitar and my amp.
I think it sounds like as good a little side hustle as any we can manage right now.
Best case scenario, we get lunch money.
Well, best case scenario, Hank and Kish get us some money so we can all get some lunch and some bevy, was it?
Bevy.
Yeah, that.
All right, let's do it. So
side hustle.
Yeah, so what's the plan with the team? It's nighttime now. You still have, some time tonight. You could, do plans or do whatever you want. Or you could streamline, get some sleep, and have a full day tomorrow. You're still, and we could streamline up until Friday when you perform, unless there's other things you're trying to do. So you tell me. You still have tonight, but, yeah, what's the plan?
So yeah, I think we'll head back. We need to head back to the cargo container lot, so I can pick up my guitar and amp, and then head into a rough area that we know. Do we know where the Tiger Claws generally sort of hang? Or at least know their rough territory.
Yeah, you know that they hang out near Savage Docks. They pretty much, help run that with the Yakuza. But you can also give me, give me your street deal.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't bring up the dice on the overlay. There we go.
Well, thanks, Rufio.
Oh yeah, a couple +2s there, which is kind of cool. Oh yeah, your streetwise. I think I might have said street deal. Kicking the 2020 lingo there.
That'll be a no. That'll be a 3.
Yeah, it's not. You're not thinking. The only thing that comes ahead is you've seen them hang around Savage Docks with the Yakuza, obviously. If anybody else has any streetwise, I don't want anybody just doing it if you have 0 streetwise. But if anybody has at least 1 in streetwise, you can give it a shot.
Could I use tactics?
No, tactics would be more for planning out. So keep that in mind though. If you do have tactics, anytime you're making plans on any of these gigs, missions, or things, and you just want a little bit of GM advice, you can do a tactics roll and see if Scarecrow comes up with little insight. You never know.
Yeah.
Got it.
Can I roll streetwise?
Sure. Yeah,
I
you
have
get. You have summon streetwise. Go for it.
11 total.
Yeah, nothing's popping in your head either. Just the same sort of generic info that's coming to mind is, yeah, we did see them around Savage Docks, but not sure where they hang from.
Like, why don't we just go to that coffee shop again and say that that's like where it was so good, and then that's like why we're there, and then maybe we see some of them or run into them there, like, or find out, or like listen or watch or do surveillance. Oh, we could be like, we could do surveillance and then follow them back to wherever they go. We could find reporters. Super spy.
Go back to the clinic and tail a couple of them.
Where is Kish, and what have you done with her, you criminal mastermind?
Right?
And Kish, give me a.
Kish, have you ever stalked somebody?
Have I ever like fucked with somebody?
Stalked somebody?
What did you
Boyfriend
say?
or two?
Stalk, like.
No, like an ex-boyfriend that you like didn't get over, and like you followed him around.
Stalk. Okay, good. Stalk. Okay. No, but I am looking for somebody, but like not stalking them. So.
That's an easy way for us to get shot if we stalk the tiger claws.
And Kish, why don't you give me a? In fact, why doesn't Scarecrow give me a tactics, since we were just talking about that, and then we'll see if that can lead. This will be super easy. Just an idea based on this last conversation.
Yeah. You say super easy. Let's
Nice, and you did very well.
Okay.
Yeah, I was looking to beat like at least a 9. I was going to make it like super easy, a 9 or a 10. But yeah, the thing that pops in your head when you're talking about that, and you hear Hank and Gnostics kind of discussing like, not really sure where the tiger claws reside at, but maybe we can stalk out, follow them, or see them. Kish even says maybe follow them, stalk. It just pops in your head like, wait a minute, does anybody have any type of like gang affiliation or something? Because if we don't know where tiger claws hang out, if we all know somebody in a gang, maybe they might be able to tell us or something.
Yeah.
And I think since you know that, you could say that. And then does anybody have any gang affiliation? And I would have Kish give me a 1d10 and see if it lands under her intelligence stat.
Don't have any gang affiliation, but seen as the Tiger Claws are I believe a Chinese gang, and
Japanese.
Oh, they're Japanese? Oh,
Yep.
Then never mind. Has nothing to do with me.
Okay. And I'm getting under what?
Under your intelligence stat.
Yeah, it's probably under. This is 6. Boom! Got under by 1.
Yeah, when Scarecrow mentions, does anybody have any gang affiliations, Gnostics starts talking like, oh, are Tiger Kings Chinese, Japanese, and trying to figure out, like, it pops in your head, oh yeah, as a media and influencer, one of your contacts is Wraith, if you remember, from the Iron Sights gang. So you do have a gang sort of contact.
Yeah. So, funny story. Like, I know somebody that knows somebody because they were friends with my brother. So, guy, Wraith is Wraith. He, she, they.
Wraith.
What's Wraith's pronouns?
Whatever you want. You know, the name can kind of go either way. Who do you think Wraith is? That'd be kind of fun if you want to think of who they are.
I feel like Wraith is probably.
Wraith identifies as a problem.
A booster ganger.
Yeah.
Wraith. We'll go he.
Cool.
Him. So my brother had this friend, super shady character, with the Iron Heights gang, and like I could give him a call. I mean, I've been meaning to call him anyway because I'm trying to see if like my brother's at. So yeah, it'd be totally fine if I called him to see if he knows anything of like where they could be hanging out or like where the hideout is or something.
You said Iron Sights?
Iron Heights. Iron Heights.
Sights.
Sights. Yeah, iron sights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Borgish gang.
I think that's Maelstrom.
Well, iron sights also, I believe.
I mean, with my streetwise roll, I know Jack. So.
Yes, I could totally follow them.
Shake a tree and see what comes loose.
All right, let's give it a shot.
And yeah, the iron sights are a relatively small but surprisingly tough combat gang of borderline cyber psychos. Like Scarecrow was saying, they were once funded by Arasaka. They fell on hard times after the war, but word on the street is that they have a new benefactor and are once more flexing their rippers. But yeah, you can give them a call. Go for it.
Oh no.
We call it. Hey,
Thanks, Naomi.
Ring, 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 ring.
Yeah.
Ring.
Kish?
Yeah, what's up? Sorry, I know that it's like a weird time and it's kind of late. How's it going?
It's going good. I haven't talked to you in forever. What's this about?
Oh my gosh, just right to the point. Like, are you in the middle of something? Or are you totally busy?
No, just hanging out. I was seeing if I could get a fun overlay here, represent a cyber psycho look. But just working with the boys. So what exactly do you need?
Yeah, seeing like, is my brother there? Have you heard from my brother lately?
No. In fact, I'm not really talking to him for a while. He owes us something from a particular gig, and yeah, I would suggest you stay out of it.
Like, say less. Anywho, well, I was actually going to call in a little favor. It could be beneficial to you as well.
Oh.
So, the tiger claw people? Like, super shady? Like, not like shady like you, like crap, like low scale shady.
Believe me, I know Tiger Claws. We both had the same boss or investor, and yeah, let's just say we're a bit of competition.
You work for the same person, but you're in competition with one another?
We used to have the same investor. Now it seems to be a bit of a competitive game. I mean, it's no mystery. You knew Arasaka. You knew what was going on with us in the past. And Tiger Claws, well, yeah, same benefactor.
Cool. Well, then you wouldn't mind giving me like their location, because there was one that like I ran into the other day and we took a picture and super cute, and I kind of like need a date, so I was like trying to track him down. So where are they located?
Yeah, I don't fucking like any of my contacts or friends dating any of those asshole choombas. But here's what I'll do. I do owe you, and once we're even, then we'll be back to seeing who owes who the next favor. So I'm okay with that. Look, go to Samurai Sushi in Old Japantown. I don't know if you've heard of it, but they hang there all the fucking time. There's also a park right next door. They do a lot of dealing out of there.
Dealing like cards and whatnot? Do they play like
Yeah, they're dealing cards.
like a casino?
Yeah. Kish, sometimes you fucking shock the shit out of me. Look, they're dealing in fucked up black market gigs and drugs and whatever else they can get their hands on. They're just trying to raise money and get back in good graces with Arasaka before they make their way back to Night City. And I could really get into this, and maybe one day I will, and you can release some info on this publicly, and we can throw them under the bus. But till then, whatever. We're even. That's where they hang out. Go check out Samurai Sushi in Old Japantown, and we'll talk soon.
Then please tell them to contact me, or you can like send me a message or something, okay?
I will. But I highly doubt that that's going to happen anytime soon. Bye.
Weird.
Is it that the overlay was cursed with like every like little micro twitch of your face, like the weird cyber eyes would
Oh yeah.
wiggle. It was like I love it, but also like ugh.
It's super fucking creepy. And
Yeah.
you just see Hank staring at you, dealing cards. That's what you went with.
What he said made a lot more sense after he said it. I
Ish.
mean, when you're like playing card games, like you deal cards, I figured that's what he was talking about because it's at a park and like people play cards in the park, right?
Never change.
I'm ready to go shopping.
Yeah, so anyway, it's
Okay.
at Samurai Sushi. Sounds delish, so we should get some while we're there.
Sushi sounds really good.
Samurai Sushi in Old Japantown?
Fuck yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Sushi and synth coke sounds good to me.
Who has money?
I do.
Y'all know that Old Japantown's a combat zone, right?
Yes.
Sorry, and?
Okay. I'm just making sure. I'm definitely going to have my weapons on me. Just make sure everybody else does too. Because if they don't like my playing, they will shoot me.
And that's what you have your agent there for.
Isn't that how we score more weapons?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes. Goodness. Everyone.
This side of the room has their head on straight.
Swivel actually, but yeah.
I was about to say, no. All right, let's go.
Particularly good weapons just dropped once.
Should we take the train? Should we take the bus? Cab?
I would say train's probably good. Well, actually, Rob, there is no train at this point in time, is there?
No.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Oh,
They haven't
well-
built the train yet.
Yeah, there's a fragmented metro that goes around Night City into the exec zone right now. But that's more of like a privatized metro. They're working on the underground sort of metro to replace what it was in 2020, but that's been flooded and fucked up since Fourth Corporate War and stuff.
So combat cab it is.
Yeah, you
All
guys
right.
easily get a combat cab, head over to Old Japantown, and yeah, just as you expect, combat zone Night City. There's lots of activity going on in the streets, people coming and going. It's nighttime as well. You'll see the occasional scaver and homeless people kind of camped out, little encampments and alleyways and on the street, and a mix of booster gangs going around, the occasional mugging or street worker. No sight of any NCPD in combat zone areas, but as you get closer to Samurai Sushi, you see it kind of clears up a little bit. You see a lot of branding on the front of Samurai Sushi. Major corporations invest in this, and they try to keep it somewhat clean. This restaurant's fairly nice for combat zone, and next door is a very nice park. They do have security out in the front entrance just to make sure no like thugs or goons are entering the park to do anything, unless obviously maybe some of the booster gangs that pay their way or such. Like Tiger Claws, like maybe Iron Sights explain, they work out of the park. But other than that, this place is fairly nice for combat zone. But you pull up, combat cab drops you off. You can just deduct 50 eddies. Anybody paying for the cab.
Throwing some.
And
I'm almost spent. But
And yeah, out front of the restaurant, there's also security at the front door. There's a bus stop out front. Other than that, yeah, pretty busy out here in the street. What's everybody doing? You're all standing out in the street.
it's done.
Let's head over to the park. That's probably going to be our best place to set up shop for, an impromptu concert.
Yes.
Scarecrow.
I would say we want to run it by the guards at the gate first.
Scarecrow love. Do
Yes.
do us a favor and while he's setting up, scope out the area for us.
Already about to suggest I was gonna do that. Yes, just 5x5, and I presume the park and Samurai Sushi. I'll just do a quick perimeter sweep.
Yeah, give me a perception.
I'm gonna put my solo abilities into that. There it is. Threat detection. Yeah. Okay. his awareness. There we go. Shazam.
Nice. Yeah, you can see a security guard out front of the restaurant, one out front of the park. Other than that, yeah, people walking around, coming and going, but you're not really seeing, any of the tiger claw colors coming and going. You can't really see into the restaurant. No one is coming or gone from the front door, so that's been closed with security standing there. Nothing is sticking out. You can't really, nothing outside here anyways.
So, key into the shared comms. Seems all clear. Can't see inside the restaurant. No visual confirmation on tiger claws yet. But stir the brush, see what comes out.
Okay. I walk over to the guard at the gate to the park, and with my amp and guitar case in hand, and say, "Hey, man, looking to just set up real quick, see if I can get some eddies for the day. You got any problems with me setting up either in here on the sidewalk or in the park?"
He says something to you in Japanese. Does Hank understand Japanese?
I do not. No, Hank does not. Hank, unfortunately, I did not have a chance to put any points in language.
Yeah, he said something. Oh, there's a nutty artist. Thanks. Another +2 for the team. Keep track of that.
Thank you.
Yeah, whoever is anybody right there with Hank when he walked?
Oh, sorry.
Is anybody right there with Hank when he walked up, or was he going up by himself?
I'd probably go with.
Do you understand Japanese?
Nope.
Okay. Well, yeah, the guard says something in Japanese.
I gotta look at him and go, "Sorry, my man."
And give me a human perception, and hold that thought. Tell me what you said. But yeah, he says something in Japanese. You can't make out exactly what he's saying.
Human perception.
Say Obla street slang.
Yeah, but you can tell. He looks grouchy, or kind of short with you, maybe annoyed. But yeah, he says something to you in Japanese.
Okay. Yeah, I got a 19 on that. Look at him as like, "Look, dude, I'm just trying to make some money. I don't understand you. If you can understand me, is it okay if I plop my ass here and play, or go inside and play?"
He leans into you and just points at the park and goes, "Private, away."
Okay. I will walk like a good 10 feet away from him and go, "Here, okay?"
He just gives you a dirty look and turns away.
Works for me. And I'll start setting everything up, pull out open up the guitar case, pull out the guitar, set up the amp, do a quick test real quick just to make sure everything's working properly.
Yeah, while you're setting up and everything, what's Kish doing?
So, can I pull out some of my money and be like, what was it that Jax had called it? Was it synth coke?
Synth coke?
Is that what you were wanting to get? Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my money and be like, do you understand drugs?
I'm scoping out the local area, looking to see if I can find any dealers.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you're not seeing anything out here. No dealers. I mean, you maybe see a block down. It looks like maybe there's some in that little encampment of scabbers and homeless people. Like something might be going on while you're looking around. But when Kish, what was that?
Oh yeah, no, I thought you were telling me that I don't see any.
Oh no, I was telling Belladonna's, and she was looking around while you were mentioning that to the guard. So while Hank's setting up, Belladonna's scoping around, Scarecrow is scoping around, nothing really going out here. Kish is mentioning money and drugs to the guard. Where's Gnostics, and what's he doing while all this is going on?
Yeah, he's not that comfortable. Like, I mean, like in something like a park or something like that. Just it's like what. So he's just basically shrugging his shoulders, smoking a synth cannabis, joint, just like looking at like, what am I supposed to do here? Really, Hank, if we really wanted to attract them, playing in a marketplace where they offer
I don't know, protection services to those people most times. Coerce them into that kind of thing. Might have more success there. Just a thought.
Yeah, and while he says that to
In
you,
the
Hank,
middle of park.
while you're setting,
go.
while you're setting up out front, Hank and Gnostics, mentions that Belladonna's looking around, Scarecrow's looking around. Kish mentions about the drugs and holds up the money to the guard. Kish, yeah, give me a brawling.
You never attack party cinnamon roll. Oh my gosh.
Well, brawling's used for grapple and stuff, and
I got it. Okay.
Should we be rolling for initiative?
I'm not terrible at
no. This is yeah. When you hold that up and you say that, the guard pretty much effortlessly just like snatches the money out of your hand, and with his other hand pushes your arm down by your side, and just says, "Please, more tact." And he puts the money in his pocket and he leans back and gestures for you to enter the park.
Gnostics, go with her, please.
I got this, mate. And I'm just gonna. Can I give an acting check to almost make it look like I need the cane a little bit?
Oh, sure, yeah. Yeah, just so you know, yeah, the guard looks preoccupied with Kish, so he's working on a little negative on this contested. Even notice the cane, and yeah, and perfect. Yeah, you go by, he doesn't even notice. Looks like you need it, and he's pretty much preoccupied with Kish, just out in the open, holding up. I'll take two, I'll take one drugs, please, or whatever she said, out in the middle of everyone. But yeah, takes the money, pushes out. I'll take 3 marijuanas, please. But yeah, you enter the park. Gnostics following behind. And yeah, Hank, you get all set up. What are you doing? You notice Gnostics kind of enter the park with Kish as Bella and Donna and Scarecrow are hanging out near you looking around. You just got done setting up. What are you doing?
Yep. At this point, once getting set up, I will start playing, and it's gonna be. Not what Hank normally plays, because Hank, being more of a rocker, does tend to play like harder stuff. But for the moment, it's just going to be kind of softer, not necessarily softer, but less punk, more rock. Be the best way I could try to put it. To try and get people's attention.
Okay. Yeah, give me some type of performance roll. I'll even take composition.
Play instrument?
Player instrument, yeah. Yeah, any type of performance check that, player's choice, I'll take.
That would be a critical success with a 26.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice. Yeah, you start playing, and, within, like, the first, few lines of your music and song, at 3 different people stop. People are coming and going. Like I said, it's a busy night. It's combat zone, but 3 people actually stop and listen and seem to be enjoying it and talking to each other. 2 of them speaking in Japanese. Another woman looks like she's just by herself, but they've all stopped. They seem to be impressed. It's going well. Even the guard looks over and takes notice, and without even doing a human perception check, still playing on the one you had, you can tell he goes from being annoyed to like, oh shit, like this dude can play. Wow, okay. Like he looks a little bit impressed, and then goes back to kind of just looking out like he should be. But yeah, what's Scarecrow and Belladonna doing? It's Gnostics and Kish entering the park. Hank starts tearing it up. People are impressed. You don't notice anything else out of the ordinary out here. What are you 2 doing? Scarecrow, start with you.
Scarecrow is going to approach the guard.
Okay.
And say, Konbanwa, why have you let 2 of my compatriots in, but not the rest?
Does Scarecrow speak Japanese, or is he saying?
Yes, that is his mother. That is his mother tongue.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, the guard looks towards you, looks you up and down, and just like looks a little confused, and then kind of smiles and says, "Oh, I apologize. I thought this was just straight business. I didn't realize this was someone that belongs here and someone part of our culture, and maybe it was just a misunderstanding. I just thought this was a little fish out of the water scenario. Can't picture you're with the ones that just entered, but by all means, if you want to enter our park, you're welcome.
Just necessity providing, as it does, I must work with Gaijin. But I wear Saburo-san's brand, and I am working with them on a job. Their presence is required.
Yeah, give me a conversation.
And that'd be Saburo-sama, since he is the emperor. Let's see. Social. These skills. All right, persuasion. I'm gonna take a +2. And I'll spend a luck on
Conversation.
that as
I don't think he's not asking you to do persuasion, just conversation.
well.
Yeah.
Conversation.
Yeah,
Right,
because you're
right.
not lying. You literally are.
That's
That is part of your
the-
life path. Yeah.
Yeah, the score is the same.
Oh, okay, cool.
If I hadn't gone halfway to a Borg, I'd have way more on this. But so 10, so plus additional 3, so it'd be 13.
Nice. Yeah, good enough. Yeah, he nods, and you speak of Saburo, and I can respect that. By all means, you can enter our park and enjoy yourself. You and your friends. They've already entered. Hey, Stink Palm. Thanks, Stink Palm. Another +2. Gnostics.
It's Tracy.
And so it'll just give a polite bow, or go to Gozaimasu, go to Hank and say, we can go inside now. And if is Belladonna in visual view? Or no, is it where did Belladonna
Standing
go in?
close by.
Yeah, Belladonna should be right there nearby. But I will say that as you gesture them over and you mention Hank, the guard kind of like stops and grabs your shoulder, Scarecrow. When you turn towards him, he says, I apologize. Your friends are welcome, but there's no outside performances in our park.
May I ask why? Parks are a place for the arts, are they not?
This is a private park. You're welcome to enjoy yourself and mingle with our compatriots, but you can't perform. I'm sorry. He's
Speak to your manager.
welcome to perform out here, though.
I'll hold his hand up to Hank. Say, very well. I am curious, but very well. You're only enforcing what you've been told to. And he'll turn to Hank and street slang. Apparently, there's no art allowed inside.
Kind of figured. Hopefully, I'll start getting some more attention out here.
I was hoping for more culture than a petri dish, but here we are. But he'll nod for Belladonna to go in if she wants to.
Actually, I would prefer somebody stay out here with me, please.
I will be staying with you. So I've been able to get one more party member in. If you can't go in, I'm not going to leave you to hang out here to twist in the wind.
Thank you.
So Belladonna, what are you doing when you hear Scarecrow speak in Japanese to the guy and then turn towards you saying you're welcome to enter the park if you want to?
I head in the park, I wave to the guard, like, yeah. And
Yeah, he steps aside, just nods. And yeah, when you enter the park, you see Kish and Gnostics pretty much right there at the entrance of the park. And taking it back over to Gnostics and Kish, Belladonna walks up behind you. As you've stepped into the park and you notice it's very dimly lit. It has those sort of red old school lantern sort of looks, except these are sort of like, they look like hovering glowing orbs. They're neons, but they're kind of like holographic. But they're set in that sort of traditional look, which is really interesting. But they have a really dim red glow kind of going along a path, little bridges across these little koi pond streams. But it's a small park, only really the size of like maybe half of a block, a city block. Just a sort of walking path around this. What you notice is there's a few people in here. It looks like an elderly couple. And then like a younger couple, maybe date night look. You see a side entrance to the restaurant that you can enter the restaurant from the park. But these people are dressed nice. They look like they're just kind of walking around talking to each other. Aside from that, you see on the other end of the park where the glowing orbs kind of lack and it's a little bit darker. You can see what looks like a gathering of maybe 5 or 6 people. And if you want, give me you, Gnostics, and Belladonna can give me a perception check. As you're entering, and I described all that.
Human?
Just regular perception.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, you can see, Gnostics and Kish, like I mentioned before, you can basically see like 5 or 6 dark figures over there. Some people gathered up where the lanterns are lacking. Belladonna, you make out some of the details, like you see tiger claw colors.
Hey, boyo. Check that over there. And point in the direction of the tiger claws.
You muted, Brooke.
I'm gonna like lean over.
Thank
to
you.
Gnostic.
Sorry.
Thank you, Underdraft.
Sorry, I was responding. I was muted. How is it just one of them, or is there multiple?
Oh no, Belladonna sees about 6 people. Looks like maybe
6.
4 or 5 to you two, but Belladonna specifically sees 6 people. They're all wearing dark colors, but all 6 of them have tiger claw colors or markings or something to that effect. Yeah.
Go up on comms. We found some.
Yeah, back over to Hank. Hank and Scarecrow, you're out front. It looks like, about 5 more people have gathered up. It looks like a sort of tourist party with like what looks like an old school thug solo booster ganger sort of guy. He's got lots of scars. He's wearing like flak and stuff, and he has one of those bull horns. And he's talking to this group of 5 people that look like they're a little overdressed for the combat zone. And he just says, "All right, choombas, stay close. But yeah, this is the combat zone. You'll see we got street performers. We got a park. This is a Japanese sushi bar. Don't get shot while you're here. I'm just kidding. I'll protect you." And you see them all taking pictures and like talking to each other, like they're on like a sort of tourist through the combat zone gathering. But they've all stopped and they all seem to be enjoying your music, Hank. But what are you and Scarecrow doing out there?
I'm just thinking. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, man.
Have we found what happened to Morgan Blackhand? He's now become a combat zone tour guide.
That's funny.
Which new headcanon. It was helping keeping a safe distance because the stiff corporal solo against the rocker boy might clash. Not saying I'm hanging Hank out as this tiniest bit of bait, but I'm keeping eyes on hanging by a noodle stand, enjoying his music, and keeping on comms. I doubt I'd be able to see into the park, how dense it can probably be, but
Yeah. Even when you look over the very tall wall, it's dark, dim lit. It's very difficult to see. Like you'd have to go over to the wall and climb and look, and then it would be a stealth check and all that, which you could do, just so you know.
Yeah, I thought it would be like graded, thick barbed fence. It's a full on wall, but obviously I can't see.
It's a wall.
I was just Q comms like, all right. You said confirmed 6. Where about in the park are they? Cardinal directions.
Opposite end of the entrance.
Yeah, opposite end of the park.
All right.
Pretty sure there's one in your size.
Well, now you're just tempting me, but I want to make sure that Hank doesn't get chewed up by something out here before I go in and try and snag someone.
At which point I'll kind of peek in. It's like, so far nobody seems to be giving me any grief. Just be quick about it and see if we can lay the hook out to get somebody in, to see if somebody can get involved in this thing.
Are they all grouped together, or are a couple of them like kind of
No, they're all
off to one side?
No, they're pretty much all grouped together. They're all talking to each other. Looks like a couple are drinking, a couple are smoking, vaping. They're all just talking to each other, hanging out. And also in Hank, when you get in between your tracks and kind of mention on the comm, like I think I'm okay here to Scarecrow, in between your songs and performance, some of the group of people actually tossed down some eddies, and you just made 12 eddies from just the crowd, people walking by, tossing in some money. Some of the people carry on, some of the people stop. That group of tourists are still there. looking. The big guy that's hosting, he turns to her. He's like, "You gonna play another song, or should we move on?"
Oh no, and I start going into this time a lot more. This time definitely more harder edged and a lot closer to Jade Storm. So definitely some stronger riffs, heavier guitar solos. Really digging into stuff now.
Nice. What was that? Was that a kitty? I think
that was my cat.
Nice kitty. I thought I saw a quick kitty come out of the green screen behind the fade from the atmosphere or whatever. That was awesome.
Yeah, she likes to perch on top of my chair.
That was cute.
Iron Claw stealth.
Yeah, you're gathering up the money. You start to perform a little bit heavier. The crowd's like smiling. They're like clapping. You just made 2 more eddies, so now you've made 15. But as you're performing, give me Scarecrow. You and Hank both give me a perception. Yeah, Rufio says, so Hank going more Slayer than Foreigner now. I like that.
Yeah, definitely more Slayer than Foreigner.
Oh,
all right,
so
I will throw. Yeah, I'll throw 2 points of luck into this.
Nice. Yeah, as you're performing your song, you see Scarecrow kind of looking around. He looks back towards, the restaurant, and looks back towards the park. As he's looking there, you notice back at the restaurant while Scarecrow's not even looking in that direction, the security at the front door, leans in and opens the door to the restaurant. And you see 2 guys come out walking in your direction, wearing Tiger Claw colors. They came out of the Samurai Sushi and they're walking in your direction. But back over to what was that?
Oh, I was gonna say, because it's night in this park, and there's probably like lamps and stuff like that, like illuminating paths, and is that my understanding?
Right. Yeah.
Can I run a scanner check to see if there's any sort of
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. 21.
Yeah, you can see that there's a system. It looks like there's a system coming from the restaurant, somewhere inside the restaurant, and then there's this looks like some type of smaller system up near the front entrance of the park, just inside the park, kind of near the front entrance. Hey, another +2 from Mad Lass McGee. It's Naomi, our very own Cynthia exec from Team Veritas.
I know we've used 2. Where are we at now?
Well, I saw 2 come in since the last
we are
usage.
at 5 right now.
Okay, counting the 2 that between. Okay,
I've been keeping track.
Yeah.
So would Bella or we have better. Would you like would you be able to keep an eye, like I make sure they get in, and I might possibly have some cover for us. If I can get in, maybe shut off these lights.
Got you covered.
Brilliant. And that's another +2. Thank you, man, Lass McGee.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
So and he's gonna start to sink back and backtrack back to the beginning of the park.
Yeah, you start making your way towards the entrance after you did your scan. What's Belladonna doing now that Gnostics mentioned that? What are you gonna do? You and Kish are still hanging out right there.
I'm lookout for Gnostics. Kind of. That did Scarecrow let us know that there's 2 more coming our way?
Scarecrow did not see that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
and Hank noticed it, but he's in the middle of performing right now, so he really can't.
Okay.
If he mentions anything to anybody now, it'll kind of fuck up his performance, which he could do. It's up to you.
As I kind of dropped to play Overwatch for Gnostics, can I do a perception to scan over Hank's way?
Yeah, give me a perception, and while Gnostics is heading over towards the front, mentioning how he found a system, he's going to go check that out. You see Belladonna kind of like looking out. You hear Hank playing out front of the park with Scarecrow and some people. What's Kish doing during all that?
So the 2 security guards walking towards paint, we would be closer to them and see them.
But
They're
no,
like-
no, those are coming out of the restaurant out front. You guys are in the park.
Oh, I thought the restaurant was in the park. Okay.
No, there's an entrance to the restaurant from the park, but the front entrance is to the restaurant out street side.
Okay.
So there's two ways into the restaurant. There's an access to and from the park from the restaurant, from inside the park, and then the main front door. Yeah.
I'm going to walk up to the group that's drinking and talking and yeah.
Yeah.
Go talk.
Yeah, as you walk up, you notice them kind of like look up and notice you, and before you can even say anything as well, Belladonna, as you're looking out, you notice Kish making her way towards the group. You notice some of the group noticing her, as a couple of the six, like four of them, kind of bring attention towards Kish as she's walking, but the other two kind of like look. One of them makes eye contact with you, Belladonna. The other one kind of seems to be looking right through you, noticing Gnostics walking in the other direction. So it definitely, Belladonna, you notice that all of them are noticing all three of you, different ones and stuff. But Kish, as you're walking up, the four of them kind of like look at you, and one of them just kind of nods as you walk up. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's so weird seeing you all here. So, funny story, and I pull up my agent. I'm actually, I think you might know him. So, and I'm gonna flip over to one of the selfies I took with possibly one of their friends. Yeah, I'm actually looking for this cutie right here. Do you know where I can find him? Because like I need a date to see my friend who's playing the music back there. So he's gonna be playing at this super exclusive club that has this really cool, like expensive display chip on display. And so I need a date. And so I'm trying to find this little cutie so I can have him take me to this really cool party with his because my friend's gonna be playing there.
Give me a conversation.
Oh no.
Use a +2. Use a +2, please.
And
Yeah,
some
we
luck.
have 6 +2s. Please use one.
Plus 2 and luck.
Yeah, use a +2 and some luck.
Yeah, the three that notice you, the three of the four that notice you just kind of like laugh. Two of them start talking to each other in Japanese and go back to the other group that was kind of looking towards Belladonna. The others, and they start talking. And then one of them kind of steps up towards you, Kish, and just says, "Oh, okay, you're looking for Toto? That's
His name. So like I totally you might have noticed me before. I'm kind of famous, just like a little bit, like if you're on socials and stuff. So yeah, like I was trying to, do this stalker thing and like find him on socials, but I couldn't. So like it's so cool that I ran into y'all because I've been thinking about him ever since I saw him.
so." You just happen to run into us here at our park and looking for Toto.
Yeah,
right?
I'm going to go get some sushi. I heard it's like delish, and plus like I'm also looking for like some synth coke if you like know where I can get it.
Oh.
But
Well, okay, that makes a bit more sense. And look, normally I wouldn't pass on info for one of our gatos here, but you seem a little stalkerish. But I'll go against my better judgment. How much synth coke are you looking for? First off,
Put me down for some. I can hear you, Kish. Put me down for some if you can hear me.
yeah. Well, I'm definitely looking for some because, like I said, we've got this party that we're going to at Euphoria because of the like friggin' hella expensive chip, which is super weird. They're not having more security there. You would think that they would, especially on like Friday when they're going to be having this like huge like metal head ball or whatever. So yeah, super weird. And my friend actually like makes the technology for it. Anyway, so I was like, dude, you should totally have more security for it because like that shit's expensive. Anyway, so yeah, so we're going to this party, so you should totally come, especially if you can get Toto to come. So if you can get Toto to come, then I will get you in, no problem.
okay, that was a lot. Yeah. So first off, how much do you want to spend on synth coke?
Like, how much is it like for like I know rates are different.
20 a hit.
What?
20 a dose. 20 a hit. What do you want?
Yeah.
20 a
then
bump.
You give me like 10 of those.
Okay. No problem.
And
Add 5 to that. Plus that by-
actually, you know what? Like, I mean, if y'all come to party with us, then I'm gonna need some for you too. So, 15.
Okay. Sounds. We can easily do that.
And you gotta promise to tell Toto to come to the party on Friday at Club Euphoria.
Yeah, I'll tell Toto that there's a girl looking for him. you got a number or something? I'll pass on the info.
Hey, give me your agent.
Yeah. What's the number you want me to pass on?
Tried. I will. Am I gonna give them my real phone number?
I would imagine that you
But you
have
don't
a
have a
burner
burner?
number.
I
I
thought
imagine you have a burner number as a media.
Did you buy a burner phone?
Wait, I might have
I'm
one.
gonna give them. No, I wouldn't give them Scarecrow's number. That'd be shit.
Do it. You have my consent as Scarecrow's player. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Okay, I'm totally giving them Scarecrow's number, and I'm saying it out loud to where everybody can hear it. Okay, yeah. So this is my number.
All right, and he starts typing it in his agent. He's like, okay, I'll send this to Toto right away, and he snaps a picture of you and sends it in. Like, I guess he'll contact you if interested. Other than that, you got 300 eddies.
Sure.
I'll cover 5 of those doses.
I will hand over the 300. Holy shit! I just want it.
I owe you 100.
Oh, did you just spill something? You said.
No, I was like, I just spent a lot of money.
Oh, I thought you said you just spilled something. I was worried you spilled something on your computer or something.
I just spent a lot of money, but.
Yeah, you hand over 300. He takes it, hands you over a few bags of synth coke. Just keep in mind, it's 20 eddies per dose, so you've got 15 doses there. And yeah, hands it over.
Sweet. So, will I see you there?
Possibly. We usually don't go out to events like that, but yeah, maybe.
Tell him it's worth a lot of money. Like it's gonna be a fancy event for like high folk. Like
I'm sure, like, you could probably sell some more of this at the club.
Corpos love synth coke.
Give me a persuasion, Kish.
Use another +2.
Yeah, and if you want, just
use
for
a
fun,
+2.
Before you roll that, Kish, or did you already?
I already crushed it.
Oh, okay.
She don't need it.
Okay.
You didn't get to see.
22.
But yeah, he just kind of raises his eyebrows and okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Fucking media mind trick that poor bastard.
Distraction.
You will like and subscribe.
Buddy.
Distraction.
You will sell the synth coke you are looking to sell. But yeah, he raises his eyebrows. He's like, okay, I'll keep that in mind. Do you see his mood kind of change when you say that? You can tell like the whole, I don't know, kind of casual joking around, teasing about Toto, all that other shit, just wanting to sell you the synth coke and move on. All of a sudden, like, you can tell it kind of got into him a little. He thought about what you just said for a moment, like, oh, okay, I'll keep that in mind. And yeah, over to Belladonna. You see Kish kind of engaging in that, doing a little deal. You obviously chimed in a little on the comms and stuff, but other than that, you notice a few of the other in the group, like noticing Gnostics backing up to the system and that. Other than chiming in on Kish about the synth coke, was there anything else that you needed to do?
Talk over to Gnostics. Hey, boyo, be aware that we have a little bit of attention on us from the group over there where Kish is at, and we have 2 inbound coming from the sushi place.
So that's a total of how many?
Well, you don't know. Nobody knows the 2 coming out of the front yet. Don't forget.
I thought I caught them with my perception roll.
No, you can't.
When I glanced over.
And Scarecrow, I guess.
Yeah, don't forget you're inside the park.
All right.
Yeah, this is out front.
Okay. So just we got some unwanted. We got some attention from the group that's over there where Kish is at.
Well, duh. I mean, the
They're
point is
looking
to
in our
lure-
direction.
Well, right. The point is to lure them in our direction and like cut off the lights. Maybe that's what I'm doing. Where are the other fuckwads?
And yeah, over to Belladonna notices all that, mentions it to you, kind of pointing out what she saw with the group. Some of the group noticing her and you. But you've backed up to where the system is by the front gate. You're on the inside of the park wall, but you can see through the gate on the outside that security guard. He's on the other side of that wall. So obviously you can't see each other, but you know he's out there. But you're within 6 meters of that system. You've gotten there. What is Gnostics doing?
All right, yeah. So I'm gonna jack in.
Yeah, you jack into the system, and you're basically facing password 6.
Damn it! I forgot to tell you that and this is harming myself. But on the way there, I was because when we were talking about breaking into a Euphoria's thing and having to verse her, I changed my programs on the way, so I don't have worm on me. So I'm just gonna have to go at it without it. 7. There we go.
Nice. Yeah. You break into the passcode, and you're at the top of the system.
And then can I do a Pathfinder check?
Yeah, go for it.
I guess I might have double clicked. There's something might be wrong with my mouse. So the first click was a 6, not a 7.
Nice.
My mouse is something wrong with it.
Yeah, no problem. You can see that the system drops down another level, and there's a control node there. It looks like a control node 8. Other than that, it looks like that's where the system ends, but you can't see beyond that control node 8 anyways with that Pathfinder. But that was all 3 of your net actions, right? Okay, cool. Yep. Then back over to Hank. You're out front. You're performing. You see those tiger claws come out the front door. You hear all the chatter. Kish is buying synth coke. Gnostics is sneaking up, jacking into the system by the front gate. Belladonna's in there. Scarecrow's out here with you, kind of nearby. You see the 2 tiger claws come up, and when you're in the middle of performing, they walk up. They look down at your feet where like the eddies have been thrown, and you're performing, and one of them leans down and turns off your amp in the middle of you performing. What are you doing?
Let me guess. You don't want me playing on the street.
One of them says something in Japanese to you, and the other one puts his hand on him and says, "Yeah, you're not welcome here to raise money on our turf. Who said this was okay?"
Well, I overstepped, and that's certainly and I certainly apologize for that. You're welcome to take whatever you want out of here. You want to take all of it? Take all of it.
First off, was Skiro able to hear what the guy said in Japanese?
Oh yeah, you're right there. And in Japanese, without even doing a perception, you can tell he basically said the same thing the other guy said. He basically said, who gave you permission to make money on our turf? The guy kind of stopped him, realizing Hank probably doesn't understand, and then said it in broken English. But Hank, when you say all that, the guy just laughs and says, "No, you can keep your chump change. Just move on."
My people are in there spending good money right now on your product. So, I figured I'd try to make a little bit of extra money here. That was it. I unplugged my guitar, put it into the case, close it up.
Yeah, give me a conversation. You're not really lying here. Just want to see how well this is going with them. And Scarecrow, what are you doing while you overhear this and see what Hank's going through?
He wants to. He kind of makes it like that, kind of like full body, like muscle rippling clench. He wants to stop Hank from submitting to these gonks, but it's one of the. But it's also he recognizes the tact behind it. But he's just arms crossed, and is looking at the one that initiated the hostile exchange, and is giving him like the most like disappointed uncle look. Just instead of like, why? Like, who raised you wrong?
Yeah, give me a perception while you're doing that. And yeah, Hank, yeah, you mentioned all that and do it, and the one guy that was speaking Japanese is just kind of staring at you, looking down as you're packing up and talking, and the other one says, "No, I understand, you know, and no offense, but it's our turf. We're trying to keep this area ours, so just pack up and keep it moving." And that's great. Your friends are here spending money. I appreciate that. Cool. And yeah, Scarecrow, you notice these two guys, they definitely look like low-level booster gangs. You know, if they're in the Tiger Claws, obviously you see the colors and such now that they've made their way up to Hank. You didn't notice them before, obviously, coming out the door, but yeah, they look like, you know, low-level. They're not wearing much in armor. You're not seeing a lot of bulk and weapons and such. They're just probably trying to kind of hold down the law of the gang or their turf or something, but you know you could easily, you know, wipe the streets with these two guys if you wanted to.
He just looks at them up and down and will say in Japanese, "Did whoever brought you up spoil you so much as a child that you must violate an artist's craft to feel good about yourself?"
And you just see Hank kind of just turn, because he doesn't understand what's being said, but
It's
he
in the
understands the tone. He understands what it sounds like to be scolded. He just
Yeah,
kind of looks at him and is like, shit.
Give me a persuasion. This will be for a sort of intimidation thing.
Okay, I will take one of those +2s, and I'll spend another luck. My empathy is shit! Okay. It's going to be a total of +3 to the roll. Alright, 19.
Nice. Yeah, the guy that was speaking Japanese kind of stops staring at Hank and looks at you, and just kind of like with a shocked look on his face as you say all that. And the guy who was speaking English now speaks in Japanese back to you, Scarecrow, and just says, it's just a little misunderstanding. Look, we have to do what we have to do. Just then he looks towards you, Hank, and says in English, "Yeah, just clean it up. Thanks, I appreciate that. No problems here. No problems here." He looks towards you, Scarecrow, as they turn and start walking back towards the restaurant.
Do not touch an artist's craft of tool ever again. That would cost you a hand, should you not be part of the claws.
Yeah, they look like they're a little bit intimidated. He just kind of like nods and doesn't say anything, and they walk back towards the restaurant, going back in. But back over to Gnostics and Belladonna and Kish. Kish just scored some synth coke and is coming back towards Belladonna. You know, Gnostics is getting into the system there. But Kish, as you're walking up to Belladonna and you see her standing there, you can hear all those Tiger Claw guys behind you. And there was one female in the group of 6 too. But all of them are kind of like talking to each other as you turn, and they start like laughing, and you hear the name Toto a few times mentioned, and then some Japanese talk and stuff as you walk up to Belladonna. But what are you doing?
I just scored big.
Oh, sweet. Here. And you. 100 eddies. I'll take 5 of those.
Like, you're not all gonna take it. Like, you're not gonna take it all at once, right? Like, this is a lot of stuff.
Thanks, Shinobi.
And just take I'm then taking 5 of the hits. 5 of the doses.
The old Colombian snowblower, huh?
Yeah,
Peruvian
So-
marching powder, the devil's dance.
And I take a hit of 1.
Scarecrow, can I get a recording of you talking like that sometime? Just for research purposes, you know, like that authoritative. Like, I don't need to know what you are saying. Just say that again in the recorder sometime.
I'm not going to ask what your air quote science is, but so long as I get a percentage
Voice
of the
analysis.
proceeds.
Oh.
Take.
Percentage of the proceeds, and the recording is yours.
And under my breath, I will say through our communicators, it's like, all right, so Are we jacking any of these motherfuckers, or are we just gonna call it a night?
Almost there, brother. Almost there.
What the fuck are you doing?
Would you like the cover of the night? Would you like to everybody in this park to see when we jump them and take their jackets?
Kids, I just took all their drugs and they're totally coming to a party Friday.
I know. I know at least
guess
two
what?
who
Then
aren't.
they better not see us. Time is
Gnostic-
now or never.
Gnostics, stop it.
Now or never.
I defer to Scarecrow.
This might be a good time to use tactics. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
This might be a
technically-
good time for tactics.
Well, technically,
Player's
yeah,
brain
we're
is
over
too
to Kish getting up with Belladonna, having that interaction. Belladonna pays for some of the hits, taking 5 of that of the synth coke, and now we're back over to Gnostics. A little bit of chatter on the comms there and back and forth, but technically, as far as actions go, it's Gnostics, and then we'll be over to Scarecrow, who can react to some of that chatter.
I'm gonna activate Speedy Gonzalez. Drop down to that control node, which doesn't take an action. ID it.
Yeah, the second
let
you
me-
drop down to the second level, you're met by a Hellhound. So give me your speed check. Give me your interface.
Good thing good thing I did that.
And describe what does Gnostics look like? What's his avatar when he's in a system?
He is a jackalope wearing a pirate costume.
Nice. Yeah, the second you get down there, this metallic sort of hellhound with glowing eyes just starts chanting your name, Gnostics, Gnostics, Gnostics. Sort of this like digital repeats, real eerie as it just pierces on you and lunges at you and actually gets a hit off at you first. So yeah, it lunges out, basically taking a bite out at you. So 1 second. Let me get the there it is. And you take 4 points of damage directly to your HP. And you catch on fire unless you have insulated wiring, do you?
I do not.
Okay, yeah, you notice your cyber deck and the wiring catches on fire. You're going to take 2 points of damage at the end of each round unless you use a meat action to put yourself out outside the net.
Does that include this round or because
yeah, at the end of the round.
Okay, so because I've already used 2 of my I've only used 1 net action, but so I can't use a meat action to put myself out right now. So I would take the 2 points of damage
At the end of
round.
this, but you still have 2
Okay.
two
all right,
net
well
actions.
then let me install activate sword and use it.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Uh, 7
It's a hit. Give me the damage.
to a 3d6.
3d6 plus 1, I think, is sword, right?
No, that would have added a +1 to my attack there. So instead of
Oh,
a 7,
on the attack,
that
on
should have
the-
been an 8.
8, yeah.
It should have been an
I knew there was a plus
sorry.
1 in there somewhere, but yeah, give me the damage.
12.
Nice. That was really good. Yeah, you see more than half of this hellhound just shatter into pixelation and the sort of digital blood spray off into the system. That's the end of your net actions, right?
Yep, that dude.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
It
and
is.
the hellhound goes to the top of the initiative. Let's streamline things a bit. Let's go over to Scarecrow. Just as you notice all this chaos going down, the chatter, Hank packing up his stuff, your little confrontation with those tiger claws, all of a sudden your burner phone goes off. And you can see like the imagery of this sort of face call coming from this tiger claw Toto guy. It's an unmarked number, but as you see with these hologram calls and things, like you're getting that call from that Toto guy already to your burner. It's going off. But let's take our 5-minute bio break right here. Don't anybody in chat go anywhere. We're just going to take a quick 5-minute bio break, and we'll be right back. I'm going to leave the mics hot. So team, remember that. And we'll be right back. Thanks so much.
Mr. Toto's gonna have a nice surprise.
Yeah, I
to me. I can catch it.
No, it's one of those things where I'm like, I'll have to maybe play a little bit dumb and see if I can if I can spin some yarn from this. It'll be funny regardless. Well, hey. Well, chat, it's just you and me. We'll be unto you. You laugh at me, Ninja. Remember, on Monday games, Ninja. You're mine, and I will as your capricious DM. I will take every bit of misbehavior in chat, and I will completely pull it out of your ass on Mondays. Okay.
Take your panda flesh.
Oh yeah, no, Ninja on the roof in chat. He's in my Monday Star Wars game that's been going on for like a year and change.
You're gonna freeze him in carbonite.
Oh no, I've been having a lot of fun with the party recently. Nomad is a fun class. I've been if the worst happens to Scarecrow, I'm either gonna be making an exit for Nomad after this. But yeah, Ninja on the roof in chat. He plays the King of the Hill style Mando in my Star Wars game on Mondays, and I've been having a lot of fun bringing in some weird Legends fuckery to throw their way.
Yeah, if Hank ever bites it, like the idea I had was to actually do an exec.
If you go, God forbid if multiple characters bite it in one go. If you go exec, I'll go Nomad because I've got a Nomad in the Tuesday game that I run, who is an Aldecaldo grandma. So Abuela Aldecaldo, and she's like cyber legs. Cane that is also definitely a shotgun, and it's just like the think like the grandma from Coco.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
He's like Miguel, and it's just that, but with a Mad Max car. She's an absolute favorite of some of my players. Like I've had players that go and try and pick up basic tech so they can learn how to cook. It's to make tamales. For dinner to earn Abuela's good graces. Like that's yes. Give me that all that IP, but for roleplay purposes.
Well, once we settled on the idea of the group of us being owned by Raven, it was okay. If Hank buys it, which is possible, this is Cyberpunk is not as well known as being a system where characters die. The idea of having an exec who's basically, having to be put in charge of this motley group of miscreants and fuck-ups, that kind of appealed to me. Like, don't get me wrong, I love playing Hank, and I'm having a lot of fun figuring out, who Hank is. But Cyberpunk is Cyberpunk, man. Sooner or later, somebody's gonna bite it.
Yeah, it's one of those where either be playing the Aldecaldo grandma, or and I know it all depends on GM style. To not having a new character coming in being a relative to a character that passed, but the idea of stepping into the shoes of Scarecrow's sister as an exec, who's oh, baby sister, I was so harmless, and she's just a fucking Ice Queen. As an exec, like, it's been also be like a thing that's been kind of tickling my limbic system for a bit. But it's that whole thing of, I run Cyberpunk once a week and I play it once a week, and this is like the constant hamster wheel of my brain spinning so hard the axles are cherry red, thinking about different kinds of characters and shit.
You're absolutely right, man. And yes, November. Yes, miscreants. Like, I have a vocabulary. I'm a writer. I can use these kind of words. But no, Rufio, you're absolutely right, man. Like, it's you're when you're playing a cyberpunk game, man. The whole point is living on the edge, and sometimes, man, you fall off, and sometimes you might be able to fall off and land yourself a bunch of eddies. The other side, you're gonna fall off and land yourself in the morgue if you're lucky.
Yeah, you fall off the edge, or the edge cuts deep.
If we lose Jax, we might switch places. Nicholas,
Well,
we might switch places as Rocker, except mine will be like an OnlyFans kind of personality that also doubles as a freaking joy toy.
Wouldn't that be more media though? No, I take that back. Rocker, you could do Rocker Boy with that.
That'd be a fantastic multi-role. Like media Rocker Boy. With the OnlyFans. Oh my god. I love it and I hate it simultaneously. Oh my god.
I will say that the idea of having, because I was talking with Rook about this, the idea of potentially with Hank going nomad, or picking up some ranks in nomad at some point in the future if he survives long enough.
Oh yeah.
That kind of fits Hank's idea of like, if things don't work out in the city, just like, get the hell out of Dodge for a while, run with the nomads, and maybe
Howl at the moon.
Howl at the moon, maybe try to find something out there. 10 billion ideas and never enough time. Exactly, Stink Palm.
Yeah, no, that is one of the fun things with when you GM Cyberpunk, you can take the character ideas and you just throw
Yep.
I love the character path tables in Cyberpunk.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of my favorite things in the book, and like the expanded ones that have like from like more complex personality things that the Reddit has come up with. Like, I love it. One of my favorite things to do whenever my table comes up with like. It's like, oh, we want to go to here and such and talk to this person. And, as every GM, if you've done it once, you've had this problem. You didn't fucking account for that.
Nope.
Like, all right, guys. So we're gonna take 5 minutes, and everyone's gonna round robin roll on one portion of the character path table to make this character, to make this NPC. And I have had, even in Cyberpunk, minimal murder hoboism, because it's like, we've made this. Look at this baby, and they love Mrs. Chow, who runs the Chinatown bodega, because they helped make her.
I'm holding up my phone and I can't see it because of the stupid camera. But sorry. Sorry, we were just during that break. Sorry, we found out our neighbors are getting priced out because they're trying to gentrify our apartment complex. So that's no great.
Well,
I'm running into the same problem, man.
Next year is 2023. We know what happens then.
Yeah, no, I use the Cyberpunk Red app for my NPC.
All right, cool.
Bossman's back. We have to be serious now.
No, we don't.
Dad's back.
Everyone behave. In Cyberpunk, fuck that.
Exactly.
All right, you guys ready to go back?
Yes. Yep. Ready?
I'm ready too. Let's
Choke
do
slam
it.
us some tiger claws.
Hey, we're back.
I'm gonna have to shoot some people.
Everyone can see us now. I appreciate everybody in chat hanging out for our little 5-minute bio break. All the players for sticking through and coming back after the break. I'm glad
Maybe I
none
should
of
win
the,
up
none
some
of the players left. That means I guess we're doing an okay job here. Hey, thanks for the follow. The quartermast? What? Master? Hard to read it on the overlay. I apologize. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, so the team is basically at the park in Tiger Claw's turf. Kish used her media hookups to the iron sights to get a little info that, yeah, they run out of Savage Docks, partnered up with the Yakuza, but the Tiger Claws kind of have their home base out of Samurai Sushi, where they work at. At least it's one of their main hangouts anyways, a little home base. They deal drugs out of the park. There's a group of 6, 1 female, 5 males in the park, back end in the darkness, kind of dealing and stuff. Kish just was able to get some synth coke from them. A couple more came out of the front of the restaurant and gave Hank a little bit of hard time making money on their turf. But they were able to talk their way out of that. Scarecrow did a little intimidation. Seems like the 2 that came out of the restaurant were a little lower ranked or something. But yeah, intimidated them a little bit. We're kind of out of initiative a bit. So I'll let anybody kind of take it with any chatter. Otherwise, I'll take it back to Gnostics just to kind of streamline some of the net running and such. Gnostics, make sure you take 2 points of damage. You are on fire. But we can go back to you and use a meat action to put yourself out if you want.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to use that meat action to... Fucking nasty.
Yeah, Belladonna, Kish, you two immediately, you see Gnostics catch on fire and start putting himself out.
All right, boyo.
It's a little bit of fire. Please tell me you have a gum or a mint.
Got a penny.
That'll probably do just fine.
Toss him the
Gnostics, what happened?
There is... okay, as probably predicted with, like, city netwear, there's a little bit of black ice in here. And, burned me, like, and I don't know if you have had your fucking brain burned. At least a very peculiar taste in your mouth, at least for some of us. And I just like if somebody had some gum or a mint or a penny, and like even for that copper taste, I don't fucking care. Does anyone have any orange slices?
I think sushi has like metal in it, so we could get you some sushi.
Don't really care as long as I get through this fucking shit
Just get out, Gnostics. We don't need any more trouble.
We're gonna let's get those jackets. It's too, we're already out. Okay, we're already in it. Let's just fucking do it, please.
They're coming to the party. We don't need their jackets. Come on.
Wait, a party?
They're gonna party Friday.
How sure are you of that? Are you positive? Like 100?
That doesn't have to do with my phone buzzing, does it?
That might have been one of the last ones to leave. I'm gonna have to get out of here. 1 second.
I'm gonna like start booking it.
I don't have enough. I use my meat action, so I can't use any net actions.
Yeah,
to
you had
jack
to put yourself out.
Yeah.
Still in the system. But yeah, you put yourself out, and just for the sake of the system, Hellhound goes to top of initiative. So you put yourself out after getting attacked. But give me your interface.
And that's with my speed.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, because you've already turned that on. Yeah.
Yeah. So +2 on that is 1.
1. Yeah, you got hit. 3, only 3. I'm rolling really low. Only 3 points of damage, but you are on fire once again. Those technically don't stack. You're putting yourself out at the end, so I'll let you. Yeah, you put yourself out. So you take the 3 points of damage, then you put yourself out. Fire. Over to Kish, who's now running out front, who Scarecrow mentioned. Is this something to do with who's calling me? And you get out there just to see that same sort of hologram calling, and yeah, it's that Tiger Claw guy Toto that you met over at the Savage Docks before.
Hello?
Who's this? They say in Japanese.
This...
Hello?
This is Mishimi. Can I help you?
Yeah, I don't think this is the right number. He hangs up.
Wait. I'll call back.
You call back. Give me a 1d10. Let me know if it's under your luck stat.
Oh, fun! I've spent luck, and it was pretty garbage to begin with.
Oh.
Alrighty.
There's plenty of +2s though.
Yeah. It's going off of max luck or current luck.
No. Max luck. Your luck stat, not what's been used. 1d10 to let me know if it's under.
That's under.
Nice. Yeah.
That's under.
Yeah. The person answers again in Japanese, and just says, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have the wrong number."
No, I think no. I'm just wondering where you got this number from. My number gets passed around a lot.
Yeah, this isn't the right one. I assure you, friend. I'm not the one to talk to you.
Were you looking for a strapping young lady by chance?
Give me a conversation, Scarecrow.
Use a +2.
I will definitely use a +2 for this conversation roll. Yeah, I'm glad I did. It's a 10.
Yeah, this doesn't feel right. He just hangs up.
Howard. I was gonna try and sink some hooks into him, make him feel like a really big man, but alas, he's not.
Am I caught up? Did I run?
Oh yeah, you're right. You caught up to Scarecrow right to you could hear some of that conversation going on as you were approaching. Just as you get there to Scarecrow, like, oh, he hung up.
Were you talking to my future husband?
Am I your agent? Am I agent, your current boyfriend, or your ex? How can I spice this up on the next call I make?
Oh my god, I messed up. Oh my gosh.
No, I think we can make this work.
Oh. No.
As a lion amongst the sheep like that, I don't care what he thinks of me. Go ahead and spin a yarn.
Annoying little brother? Oh, wait, big brother, because you're probably old. No, you couldn't pass for Chuck.
Ouch, mate.
Called experience, Gnostics.
You don't look what you like.
Wait, is his phone number saved on your phone?
Yeah, there's a number there from where he called.
Yeah, I'll
Give
just
me the
go and
number so I can text him.
pass the number along.
Okay, I'm going to text him. OMG, I am so sorry. I just recently had my phone number changed. No, that's not gonna fucking work. Backspace. What? Backspace. I can't even say it 3 times fast. What?
Just tell. And by this point, I will say Hank has walked over with his guitar and amp, and just be like, just tell him that you gave him the number for one of your friends.
Security guard. Okay, cool.
Your security.
Because I thought that his friend was totally going to just take my number. Okay, cool. OMG, I am so sorry about that. I actually gave your friend my security guard's phone number because sometimes creepers like to get my number that way, and I was just making sure that that if you got my number that and it wasn't somebody else. Yeah, something like that. Send.
Yeah, give me persuasion.
At which point I just look at Scarecrow and just like, I thought Gnostics was the special one of the group.
I don't catch what you're saying.
That's okay.
Nice. Yeah, you get a call back after sending them. Yeah, after you send the message and a little selfie, your phone rings. It's Toto calling you.
I'm super sorry. sorry about that. I get crazy super stalker boys all the time, so I'm really sorry about that inconvenience.
It's okay. I wasn't really expecting the call, and then my boys say you're, well, they're joking, saying you're stalking me down. And I'd be lying if I didn't say that didn't kind of get me going a little bit. I kind of like that. So what's up? What's up?
But like, it was super weird coincidence because I was here with my friend and we were looking for like some good stuff, you know, and sushi. So, and then I saw them and I was like, oh my god, the cute guy that I took that picture with. Oh my gosh, that's his people. Maybe they know where he is. And then they said that they would give you my number, and I was super surprised. Yeah, because like I was gonna see if you wanted to go like to the with me Friday.
Oh, yeah, possibly. What's up? What's up with the club? And give me a persuasion. Now that you've got him. How's your
Go with you. Kish, that's called a witness.
Not if he doesn't make it out.
Yeah, just over the mic. As soon as Scarecrow says that, Hank just says, "Not if he doesn't make it to the end of the night." Very, very much under my breath, so that it is not heard on the phone.
You're my kind of special.
Yeah, and Toto.
Love Euphoria. And my friend, she helped make this device, this cooling device, to protect this microchip, and that's why they're doing this whole thing. It's like a whole thing. It's been like a whole week thing, but my friend is actually going to be playing Friday night at the gig, so it should be totally fun.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in. We'll do a little date night. I rarely get out from the boys. You know, we're constantly working for the fam, and this will be good. I'll get out. We'll have some fun.
When I look at her and look at Kish and go, bring more. Tell him.
Yeah, y'all could actually, they could totally come with, because this is a really cool business opportunity. Like I went Monday night. Was it Monday or Tuesday? Yeah. So I went and there was like nobody selling anything except for alcohol, which was totally lame. So y'all can make a killer score. You got some of this. Sensoke or something with. Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. My choomba Benji basically said that you mentioned something about doing some deals there. Something. He was kind of excited about that. I brushed him off because I figured I'd hit you up. We'd work a date night, but you know, if we can hang out, have our date night, and then me and the boys make a little money on the side, wheeling and dealing while there. I don't see why that can't go down. I kind of like that. Yeah, I'll talk to my guys. You know, I'll definitely be there. Give me a call when you're rolling out Friday. I'll meet you there. But yeah, I'll talk to Benji and the guys, and maybe we'll make a little presence and come doing a little dealing. So you didn't see any other fixers on the turf dealing, right?
Like looking at. Yeah, no. It was really weird. Like, because there was nobody selling anything. Like my friend. She couldn't find anybody selling anything, and in fact, like the security there was pretty lax, which is really weird because that chip that's on display, super expensive. Like, I don't know what the hell is up with that. Like, you would think since nobody's there dealing, that there'd be hella security, but there wasn't.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting too. All right. Well, no, that's good. As long as there's no other fixer turf going on, no other brands dominating the scene there, we'll be okay. Because I just, you know, well, anyways, we were told to kind of lay low for the next couple months. We got some bigger plans going on, but so I'm just trying to lay a little bit low. But yeah, we'll come out, have a little date night, do a little dealing, make a little side cash. This sounds good. So yeah, hit me up Friday when you're on your way, and me and the boys will meet you all out there.
Well, you have my number now, so don't be shy.
Yeah, you got it.
Goodbye.
Kish, I take back everything I just said that was negative.
What did you say that was negative?
Never mind.
There's gonna be more fireworks.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Gnostics, we don't need any blanket. We don't need a blanket of night. Get the hell out.
there is another fixer that works in that area, just to let you know.
Gnostics would have taken out like at his turn to to safely jack out and just pulls out and just like, well, I guess we're really entrenched in this because they all knew your name, so.
I gave no such thing.
Not you fucking twat.
I don't know where the fuck you are, but
He just walked out from the park. You're all out in the front street now.
this is gonna flip
And
off the camera.
seeing that Gnostics is like singed and shit, it's like, oh, look at that.
He's even smoking a little bit, yeah.
Oh, look.
And
You know, in the future, whenever you're using your synth cannabis, just make sure the flame isn't that big.
and also
And it's like Gnostics would like go to almost make a retort, but like his brain has been like burned a little bit, so he's just like almost trying to like make something come out. Just
little smoke.
Bella, we're gonna need some speed heal.
Cyber
We'll have to go
not
back.
even
We'll
once.
have to go back to my shop for that.
And also,
Oh, sorry.
well, I wanted to back up just a moment too. While Hank was getting into it with Gnostics, he's smoking, putting himself out, mentioning the Belladonna, Scarecrow flicking off Gnostics, a little banter right there. I'm curious, Kish's reaction right before all that conversation went in that direction. Kish heard under Belladonna's breath, Belladonna say, actually, there was another fixer there wheeling and dealing that I got some synth coke off of or whatever. So like Bella did kind of let you know that. So what is Kish's response to that? I'm wondering. And don't have to. I'm just curious if she would say anything.
Yeah, so I mean, they weren't like a lot of them though, because like I saw you were having trouble. Like there was like maybe one person there. You think, yeah, like, it shouldn't be a problem.
That we noticed. There may be more work in the crowd, or there may be more like just kind of keeping eyes on them.
Oh,
Are they affiliated with somebody? Like,
Didn't really go into it. Just just got some social.
yeah, you got his name and number though for future dealings, Belladonna. I won't make you do a memory check for that, but just so you know, you do have that fixer's contact. I have it on a previous sheet written. I think his name was Max, but I'm not sure. Was it Max? Am I remembering that?
I think so.
We'll go with that. But just so you know, you do have that fixer's contact that you did run into at the club and buy some.
Never did ask him his affiliation though. If he's
Right.
If he's.
you could
Like,
totally tip him off and say, "Oh no, we heard that there's going to be like a sting operation on Friday. Stay hella far away from there." Oh wait,
Or
no,
just
but then
like
that might affect them, and then
or kind of like a heads up. Hey, you might have some tiger claws muscling in.
gang fights. That could be like our distraction.
So not only will Hank get into a
I'm not
scuffle
saying-
with the music or who's performing there, but there'll also be a kind of a scuffle with for control of whoever's dealing in the crowd.
This is going to go to hell in a handbasket, and I am all for it. All right.
But
Real quick, I'm just going to look around. Are there by chance like any tiger claws that have left the samurai sushi and are like on their own in the combat zone, like moving away from this territory?
No, you haven't noticed any. The only thing that you've noticed while just having this, few minute conversation as you're kind of stepping out of the park and teaming up together, just in those few moments, you do notice like a couple go into the restaurant. A group of 4 or 5 come out, just look like businessmen, but no tiger claws. You also notice that older couple come out of the park and walk down the block. Like it just seems like normal people coming and going, but no tiger claws other than what you already saw.
Okay. So do we want to try and jack a couple of, some tiger claw colors here, or do we just want to call it a night?
I know 2 I wouldn't mind roughing up.
Oh, I'm with you on that.
Are you fucking for real?
Yes.
We just had him jack. We just had
Yeah.
Gnostics jack in, and he got off the
No.
Yeah, I'm
Right,
just-
now you got to play this. You're all telling me I have to play this show on Friday.
I'm looking at, do you see the shit-eating grin on my face, Gnostics? I'm just fucking with you.
Why aren't you the one that's playing the show on Friday, not me?
I mean, I'm gonna play the show on Friday.
That's what I was thinking.
You're gonna sit there and go into their system. Now we also have the chance of starting a fight between whoever's working the club and the Tigers.
It's
So
also easy. That's also easy cover to drop that other netrunner in the midst of the.
exactly. So
Right.
Gnostics.
I don't play the music. You play the music. Sorry.
You plays the music, it all becomes sensory overload. As a netrunner, I'm sure you're familiar.
I mean, I think that's just his default, mode of thinking is sensory overload.
He was just on fire too.
I'd love it if we could just get some food or
Smell
something
a little
like
bit
that.
crispy there, Gnostics.
Yeah, let's get the hell out of here. I got 15 eddies, not a lot, but we can at least get some.
Do we need the We need the jackets. We need the jackets.
No, we don't. We've got a pretty good plan at this point.
Okay.
So
Sorry, I'm a bit fried. I'm a bit off my trolley, I tell you.
Actually, it kind of looks like you've been flambéed.
That's a bit. Look, Cyberdirect's still good. It's a bit.
Go score some kibble taiyaki.
I call a combat cab to come pick us up.
Crunchy teriyaki sounds
No,
absolutely haram. I don't
No,
like
I
it.
said kibble taiyaki. It's a.
Oh, I heard kibble teriyaki. And
No, taiyaki.
Okay, it's less bad.
Anything kibble's bad. Scarecrow, come on.
Yeah. No, but like
That's what I heard too.
Yeah, any
like,
kibble.
there's like buffalo things, but then there's
Right.
just like the pure vinegar, but like the pure saccharine sweet of teriyaki and kibble is just like.
Fish-shaped kind of dessert.
When you have nothing else to eat, kibble teriyaki you will eat.
Yep, absolutely. But no, you're able to call up a combat cab real easy. It's combat zone. They're coming and going all night. It's the cab of choice for combat zone. And you get that and you're able to go wherever you want. It's late night now. So, you can go back to Belladonna's shop just to kind of regroup, make a plan. Maybe Gnostics can do a little healing if Belladonna has a speed heal. And then y'all can go home and get some sleep for the night. But let's take it back to Belladonna's shop. Deduct 50 eddies for the combat cab, whoever's covering that, or you can each chip in 10 eddies.
I'll chip in 15 and just basically take the money I made and just throw that for the combat cab.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And keep in mind, you guys can work out that math in chat later. I know it can get a little sticky, but I just try to throw those numbers out there. But you make your way back to Belladonna's shop. It's as you left it. It's late night. I'll let you all kind of discuss your plans. Gnostics can get some speed heal. If Belladonna didn't buy any speed heal prior, which I don't think I saw it on the sheet. It makes sense in the shop that you might have some in stock. I would let you do
from the clientele that
exactly.
would drop off stuff from you.
Yeah. I'll let you do a luck check, and you can use that -2 that Mad Lass rewarded earlier, because she did mention in chat that -2 wasn't for me. It was in case there was a luck check. So I'll allow that.
It's okay.
Marking that for the other things. I can do that.
Thanks, Nomi.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have the -2 up there for Fallout. It helps the players when you want to be under that 2d20 thing. And then we've kind of let that -2 be a reward for the GM in Cyberpunk. But in this case, she mentioned using it on luck, which is pretty cool, pretty clever. And awesome. Yeah, it lands under. You do have speed heal.
Yep.
Yeah. So Gnostics, you can heal up with a Belladonna had some speed heal. So you can handle that, and then you guys can get into role play, a little discussion on the planning before you call it a night.
So Scarecrow, at this point, what's our best option here? Like, you're the solo dude. Like, this is kind of your bread and butter. I'm just a punk rocker.
The thing is, don't sell yourself short. When it comes down to what this group does, there's the majority of you that have been doing the heavy lifting. But when it comes to something like this, smoke and mirrors, which is what we've been building towards, it's a matter of making sure it all goes, maybe not all at once, but it avalanches. So once the dominoes start falling, they keep falling, and it falls down then to Gnostics to make sure that their automated security doesn't start making our job more complicated than it already is.
Are you talking in too much code, or is your bum at the windy on this one? Can someone explain to me in this in more simple terms? He's talking in a lot of code.
When we pop off, when we begin the hard action of our mission, when the violence and the loud noises and the distractions occur, we need to make sure that you have the automated security taken down. That might mean us, one way or another, making the opposing netrunner inert. Whether that means you destroy her equipment, make her brain dead, or I turn her head into a canoe.
Oh, I like that. Yes. Okay, you put it perfectly for me. Sorry. Just a little bit out of sorts. Static, still hazy.
Slow. At this phase, slow is fast.
I like this. So, got a good plan. Just put me in front of the system and Bob's your uncle.
So, correct me if I'm wrong here, Scarecrow. Gnostics gets into the system, gets control of the automated defenses, which we know are there. With those, he could potentially clear us a path to the case. Keep anybody else out of our way, and we can use the distractions from the Tigers and the Fixer, as well as whatever I can do on stage.
Tell you what, I'm sorry. This is just coming back to me now. There's a spider. I believe there was a spider drone up in their defense system. Just one. I might be able to direct him to actually be the one to break the glass. I'm sorry I didn't think of it till now.
That all comes down to in the moment.
Right.
If you're able to cancel out their security, which is fine, or turn it against them, which is better.
Their control node actually controlled like everything. It was like the cheapest security. Like normally they split it up to multiple to control nodes. But this one was like just the one.
I would take that as a sign that their netrunner is very good at what she does.
No, she's fucking shite. I'd say. If you put all your that's putting your eggs in one basket, mate. That's what that is.
Not if she's on patrol. If you're in there, she's in there with you.
Then she would have a fucking demon in there, or a better black ice. Perhaps. She wouldn't have abandoned her post. No, if she was worth her fucking salt.
No, that is true, because she stepped out of the office while you were in there. So she didn't even notice that you were in the system, so there's no kind of security measure there.
If she's there, she's a threat, but ultimately, this is shite.
If Gnostics wants to give me a concentration check or a 1d10 under intelligence, I can help him kind of remember some things about that system. And maybe give him a little insight, as a netrunner, something that Gnostics would maybe know if he was in the right mind frame. So I'm going to make you do a check on it. Otherwise, we'll just keep the conversation the way it is.
Yeah, 1d10 under intelligence?
Yeah, go for that.
You're kidding me. 9 and my intelligence is an 8.
You're not. Nothing's coming to mind about the system or whatever. This conversation seems normal and correct.
Okay, but I'm not a netrunner. I will never be a netrunner. I will defer to your expertise. But it's that a pointedly weak defense oftentimes to me reeks of a trap. But they also may just be incompetent. That is.
So let's plan for all outcomes, right?
Precisely so. So I think we have the physical space covered in redundancy with Hank's show, the complications with the other group, the Tiger Claws, and the Fixer that I didn't even know was involved. There's 4 points of contact in the physical space. We just want to make sure that we're not going to be leaving you out to dry, and that
I would say that I didn't like being behind the bar at that time. It's a little too exposed. So if we can get me into her office, that'd be best actually. And so if we could take her out, like physically, that would eliminate a lot more mental gymnastics, shall we say, and a lot less chance of me becoming a little bit more kooky in the head.
There's not a code of honor amongst netrunners, is there? You won't take personal religious offense.
There's code, but no honor.
If we're able to get her isolated, I will.
Wait a minute here. Wait a minute. I think I have something for that.
On Sirenscape.
That's my anti-pun sort of. I'll give the badumps when it's like a funny thing, but when it's a bad dad joke, I'm gonna have to.
I love it.
But go on.
So if it comes down to it, if we have the chance, yeah, I'll see to it that she's.
Remove her head from her shoulders is what I'm saying.
Air hypo with bleach to the freaking base of the skull.
Exactly.
God damn, Bella.
Oh, killing everybody! Oh my gosh.
Well,
Well, here's the other thing, and Scarecrow can back me up on this. There were execs from. Sorry, GM, brain fart moment. The name of the company that made the chip.
Rockland Augmentics.
Thank you. There were Rockland execs there Monday night. They had security with them inside the club, and they had security outside the club. So we have to potentially neutralize them. We also need to be able to have a getaway.
Does that? The other band wouldn't happen to have a van of their own.
I would say it's a good possibility.
The world is comprised on what ifs. It only matters if the what if becomes a yes or a no.
We can check it out then, but I would say there's a good possibility.
Yeah, I would say, they're if we remember, they're a couple ranks above Hank. They've done a little more touring, a little more name clout and weight to their rep. They definitely have a little sort of tour bus thing put together. It has their logo on the side and everything. Yeah.
Since we're ultimately looking to incapacitate, at the very least, as part of the obfuscation, part of the distraction and just smoke and mirrors and sound and fury here. And also, I think it would, if I'm being too presumptuous, Hank, I think it is the appropriate punk rock thing to do to steal the rival band's vehicle.
If they have just a van, I'd agree with you. If they have a tour bus, no. There's no way we're driving out of there with a tour bus as our getaway vehicle.
Yep.
And I look at
You
Kish.
don't trust me as a driver?
No. Kish, no.
I really love to picture Gnostic saying, "What? You don't trust me as a driver?" And his ears are still smoking a little bit. He's just a little off, but like,
It's. Hey, who knows? They might have a neural link into the truck, so he can just drive it with his brain.
Because that's much better.
Clearly.
I mean, interface to drive would be better than drive, theoretically. But that is something that we'll have as a possible getaway. If nothing else, make sure that everyone has enough on them to get away individually in a combat cab. Once things get loud, those that aren't cut for combat are going to scatter, and we need to get the chip onto someone, put it in the case, and have them get out. If we're able to scatter, that's going to make us a lot harder to track.
Speaking of that case, is it going to be ready?
Numbers said it will be. So real quick, GM, Rob. So I don't know where the idea of it being a guitar case came up. I know we asked for about a case, but I was talking about doing a guitar case for our weapons. So if we're just doing a regular case, that'll be a lot easier because then any one of us could get out of there. Whereas if it's the guitar case, they're gonna
Kind of
know
falls to you.
they're gonna know I'm involved.
Yeah, I thought originally you said you were making the case, the coolant case in the guitar case.
I mainly was just making an actual case that was compact enough for us to carry. The guitar case idea was me throwing around the idea of, have a guitar case full of weapons. El Mariachi, have a guitar case full of weapons in case things had to go down.
Okay. Yeah, he can make it
but-
into a regular, briefcase or something. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if we can, and that's what I would say to numbers is like, just make it a briefcase, something that's easy for us to carry, not, something inconspicuous. That way we can use it, get the hell out, and we're not drawing too much attention. Numbers is going to make the case. He's going to make it inconspicuous. He's going to make it so that any one of us could carry it out. So it's a question of breaking open the case, get the chip out, put it in the coolant, and getting the hell out of Dodge. And if we can do that separately, I mean, the problem we run into is what happens if one of us runs into Rockland guards.
Other blitz.
And pocket some coke and run away.
Also, when exactly should I tip off my fixer friend?
Within 36 hours of the event.
Yeah, so Thursday night would probably be the best time to let them know.
Enough time to feasibly have word of this spread.
A little birdie told me.
Little birdie told you, but also a small enough window to where the other fixer has to scramble.
Right.
Then do it day of.
Hank, sorry, a little bit of a side note, but I went in the last time with the cane. It'd be a little bit suspicious if they saw us on camera, like a tiger claw wielding the same cane or walking around with it. In any case, do you think you could fit in any other guitar case, like with your gear, just in case? Like I said case a lot of times there.
Yeah, I mean, I can actually. I've got my guitar case with me, so I'll pop open the guitar case, take the guitar out, kind of set it to the side. Is there enough room in here with like a basic tech check to be able to fit the cane or even potentially a handgun in here along with the guitar?
With the guitar, you'd be able to fit the cane in there, but not another weapon. So it's either got to be your guitar with the cane or the cane with the gun. And without the guitar, you could fit a couple guns in there. You could fit like a assault rifle, a very heavy pistol or two. Yeah.
Okay. So I could probably fit your cane, but that's it. Or I can fit a couple of heavy pistols in here.
I mean, who really needs weapons? I mean, like, if somebody needs a weapon a little bit more than me, like, I mean, my expertise is a little bit smoother off to the side and not with the weapons, but I prefer to at least be able to defend myself. But if somebody else needs access to something like that, that's their own.
If we
Gary Solo sneering at you.
If we go in, if we're coming in through staff entrance in the back, depends if we'll be screened or not. If we're not going to be screened, we can probably sneak things in, or at least stow them in a place where outside where there will be direct access immediately. My pistol's concealable, my heavier gear less so. But if it comes down to it, I can also make someone choke on their own larynx.
Okay.
Oh, and just in case that netrunner is in there, I don't know. Maybe Kish will be able to help me with this, but I like if she's gonna be talking to me, like my voice will. She'll still see my icon, which I don't know. It's a jackalope, like looks like a pirate. Still sounds like me though. So if you could maybe help me, I was hoping to get more of an American accent.
Is that why you wanted those recordings of me?
That may be true, partner.
Rude.
Is that a good accent?
It is an accent.
It's something. It's something.
I think that sound is just like you.
Belladonna, you know that hypo with bleach to the base of the skull? Can you do that to me right now?
Despite him, Gnostic's doing the American accent makes me think of like
I'll be
James
right
Morris
back.
Stairs in Buffy. Be like, oh no, sir. I am just a classic American trying to spend my well-earned money, sir.
I'll use my credit card.
Coming back into the room. Are you ready to go to the next live?
If he keeps up with that accent, yes.
I
Kish.
start palpating the back of his neck.
No, stop it. Kish. Shit's gonna go down here on Friday, and bodies are gonna drop, and I know you're not comfortable with that. So
I mean, as long as it's not my body.
I'm aware,
like,
but
or that's cool, but like, I don't want to die.
you're also not somebody who's comfortable with fighting.
And also, you should get the choice what happens with your body.
I agree with that. Here's the thing. Gnostics is going to need to get into the office. You can, at this point, I'm pretty sure you could sweet talk fucking Saburo Arasaka into giving over his company.
I'm not.
But
New campaign idea.
Yeah, take her over Arasaka. Kish,
Sounds like
can
my
you
Sirenscape team.
Kish, can you help Gnostics get into the office, distract the manager, give him time to take them out, and then get into the system? And at that point, just try to lay low. Don't don't take too much attention to yourself. Cover Gnostics, and then as soon as everything goes down, you just get the hell out of Dodge. Okay?
Oh, party.
Plus, if I'm not going in there with my weapon, like I'd prefer somebody that does have a weapon to watch my back. I mean, I can throw a little bit of a rope-a-dope, but I mean, I'm not gonna be able to like. If somebody's got a weapon, I'm gonna be fucked, mate.
Ella, you've got some cyber weapons in your arm, don't you?
Pop-up SMG.
There we are.
Shit.
And what is
Okay.
And during this
Wow.
conversation, yeah, what does Kish think about that? Like, I'd like to hear her reaction to Hank when he brought all that up.
Yeah, she's listening. Internally, she's fine. She internally, like she acts like she's super scared. Like, oh my god, to get shot. But internally, she's like, I've got a plan. It's fine. I'm like 5 steps ahead of any kind of conflict. Okay.
Nice.
Internally, she's fine. Externally, she's like, ah.
Nice. Kind of like me in real life. A little opposite of that, probably, though. Internally, I'm like, ah! And outside, I'm like, I got it together. It's cool. But yeah, it sounds like everything is, coming together. Sounds like the team has some tentative plans here, or at least options within the plans. You've got the conflict between Hank as a performer and the performers that were booked with Night City events at the club. So there's that little tension there that might go down, or the potential of that, and with their manager in the club. You've got, Gnostics trying to get in there and fuck with the system, try to avoid the possible manager. He knows the system's right there by the bar. There's also the tech guy in there somewhere. You know that there's the environmental defenses. You know that there was some type of security there. Kish knows that Rockland was there in full force for the premiere, but they also said they're encouraging employees to go back throughout the 2 weeks, and her friend is coming with that date with that Danny, so someone from Rockland's meeting Kish there, plus Kish has the Tiger Claw guy date night meeting there. All his buddies are supposed to be there trying to do some dealing. Belladonna knows that other fixer is potentially there, going to try to maybe call him for an option. Scarecrow is trying to maybe sneak in some weapons or at least be there in case shit hits the fan. They've got their solo. You've got the case from Numbers. Sounds like there's a lot of things going on. Lots of options. Lots of potential dice rolls, right? There's also the bigger picture of, you've got to connect all these things, kind of have a controlled chaos, try to get the chip, but also make it look like Savage Docs did it. So you've got that sort of blanketing above for when Kish does the media release. But it sounds like the team is kind of kicking around some good ideas, and like I said, some options. And you've had some great rolls in this sessions with calls and things and connecting stuff. So I'm pretty excited to see what happens. Is there any other things that the team wants to talk about, discuss with each other in planning or anything else? Or do we all agree that we've got kind of a general good idea of some plans and options here? Because if we all agree, I'd love the team to get some sleep and call it a night. Unless there's anything else you guys might want to go over.
Pretty good plan for a lot of chaos.
Sounds like
Yeah,
it.
I feel like as players, like we're all in agreement, like this is good stuff. But at the same time, I feel like our characters are like scattered.
Our characters are also like, we're doing 5,000 edits of work for a 500 editing job. But
Yep.
But also, Nostrix needs some sleep to get some healing done. I think Scarecrow, at least he's happy with contingencies, because the first casualty is always the plan, and when you have multiple plans, that's a decent, meat shield. So I'm good to go.
Same.
Cool. Nice. No, I like that. I think, and I like how you put that. You've got some contingency plans. You've got some options. You've mapped out. Thanks to all the dice rolls and good role playing. You've got lots of options and connections and kind of moving parts. And it seems like you're kind of pulling them all together on that Friday to see what happens and what you can pull off. I'm excited to see what happens there. That's Friday in game world. In the real world, that'll be next Saturday. Next Saturday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Don't forget, anybody watching, our new time is 5 p.m. Pacific. So we'll put out the promos. I want to thank everybody in chat for being here, contributing all the great +2s, -2s, all that sort of stuff, being part of our story and gameplay. I really love that. Also, thanks to my players for just being amazing players and awesome role players. Once again, a great session with lots of great role playing. Let's get back together next Saturday, same place, same time, and we'll see what happens. Thanks so much, everybody. Take care.
Take care, everybody.
See you next Saturday.
Cybernation Uncensored.